Steven Pinker, Rationality, What It Is, Why It Seems Scarce, Why It Matters. Welcome to the world of rationality. In the books Rationality, What It Is, Why It Seems Scarce, Why It Matters by Steven Pinker, we journey through the intricacies of rational thinking and how it plays a role in our lives. The book breaks down the definition of rationality, explores the concept of goals derived from passion, and delves into the importance of both ignorance and self-constraint in making rational choices. We also uncover the significance of science in applying rationality to the real world and the role institutions play in fostering rational behavior. The author emphasizes the power of rules in overcoming the tragedy of the commons, and even addresses the relationship between morality and rationality.
The original meaning of rationality. The concept of rationality has been defined as having reason. Philosophers, however, have defined it as the ability to use knowledge to achieve our goals. Knowledge is described as justified true beliefs. But, as we learn from the example of William James and Romeo and Juliet, rationality is not just about getting the facts right. Instead, it's about being flexible and creative in finding a path towards our desired outcomes. Rational beings can overcome hurdles by adjusting their actions, whereas non-rational entities will remain fixed on their initial path. Ultimately, rationality is a tool that helps us get to where we want to be. Goals and rationality. The 18th-century philosopher, David Hume, believed that goals are driven by passions, while reason helps us prioritize between them. Our goals may sometimes clash, leading us to choose between them, and that's where rationality comes in. It helps us decide what goals to pursue and which ones to abandon by giving us a yardstick to compare their relative worth over time. For example, prioritizing health over hedonism may lead to a more satisfactory life in the long run. Rationality helps us make wise choices today for a better tomorrow. The rationality of ignorance and self-control. The key takeaway from this excerpt is that ignorance and self-control are rational choices when it comes to resisting temptation or protecting oneself from harm or bias. The example of Odysseus tying himself to the mast to resist the enchanting songs of sirens demonstrates the power of self-restraint. Similarly, choosing ignorance can protect us from the burden of unwanted knowledge and mitigate bias. This excerpt emphasizes that willpower isn't always enough, and sometimes we need to take proactive steps to prevent ourselves from acting on temptation. Science, the importance of empirical evidence. The relationship between logic and science, and the significance of empirical evidence in differentiating between the two, is discussed in this passage. The author presents the example of a debate among English monks about the number of teeth in a horse's mouth as a contrast between the school of thought regarding logical models derived from texts and that which holds the importance of observing the real world. The significance of falsifiable statements is highlighted, emphasizing the importance of seeking evidence that disproves a hypothesis. The passage stresses the need to distinguish between science and pseudoscience through the presence or absence of unfalsifiable theories. Rationality, monotheism and the role of institutions. Rationality, like monotheism, underpins belief in objective truth. No mortal has a direct line to that truth, but the faith that it exists has helped societies develop rules that move them closer to objective truth. Institutions are thus essential to prevent individual ambitions from becoming tyrannical and to counteract partiality. Check and balances in the form of impartial juries, anonymous peer review and freedom of speech ensure a fair hearing for ideas and prevent flawed individuals from forcing their follies onto others. According to David Myers, the American psychologist, rationalism and monotheism share a similar structure. Both are founded on the idea that there is objective truth and neither you nor I know it. An essential message derived from this principle is that institutions make us less partial and more rational. It is James Madison, the American statesman, who argues that man's political problem stems from his selfish and ambitious nature. Institutions, therefore, are essential to create a political system that works with man's nature. This system should maintain a balance of ambition that prevents any individual or faction from tyrannizing others. Institutional checks and balances prevent political tyranny, stop flawed individuals from imposing their follies on others, and ensure a fair hearing for ideas. Examples of these checks include impartial juries, anonymous peer review, and freedom of speech. These checks prevent decisions from being influenced by grudges, rivalries, or self-interest. Thus, while no one has a direct line to objective truth, the faith that it exists has helped societies develop rules towards it. Institutional checks and balances help maintain a balance of ambition and prevent individual ambitions from becoming tyrannical. Rationality Paradox. Rationality can lead to negative outcomes for everyone, as seen in the tragedy of the commons. To prevent this, punishment for free riding is necessary. Public goods, such as roads and schools, are commons that individuals benefit from but do not want to pay for. However, punishment for free riding can create a more rational commons. This is seen in a lab experiment where participants are fined for not contributing to a communal pot. In the real world, punishment for rule breakers encourages people to pay their taxes, resulting in a win-win situation for all. Rational grounds for moral behaviors. The idea that religion enforces morality and reason is a topic that has been discussed for centuries. However, Plato believes that morality has rational grounds, and this is why it is compelling. Reasoning is crucial when it comes to setting rules that apply to everyone. With consistency, we can all come to an agreement and avoid anarchy. The most compelling moral idea is the golden rule, which is treating people the way we would want to be treated. This concept is present in every major world religion and is also what we naturally teach our children about morality.
In conclusion, Rationality, by Steven Pinker provides readers with a comprehensive understanding of the importance and implications of rational thinking in our everyday lives. We have seen how rationality serves as a means to an end, navigates the complexities of conflicting goals, and can even guide us in making well-informed decisions. We also learned the critical role of institutions, the power of rules in tackling societal challenges, and the connection between morality and reason. Through this book, we come to appreciate the true essence of rationality and how it helps shape our understanding of the world around us.